Welcome to enVisioning Success, the weekly podcast where Laura Di Benedetto and Julia Becker-Collins share tips, suggestions, and stories to help you succeed in business. In today's episode, we discuss 5 strategies for accepting and utilizing the assistance and skills of fellow professionals, such as joining special interest and organizational groups, consulting with experts, and keeping your own limitations in mind. And now, here's Laura and Julia.
Hello, I'm Laura Di Benedetto, joined by Julia Becker-Collins, and this is enVisioning Success. All right, leaders, listen up. The show is all about you. All the episodes, not just this one, but this one might chafe because no, seriously, it might really chap your ass and you might need some baby powder for this one. This one doesn't feel good for leaders because we're accustomed to leading, not needing. And this one is all about it's okay to ask for help. It is something to me that feels like swallowing battery acid, but I've gotten better and better and better over the years. Julia, same thing with you. I know you're a very tough, I can do everything kind of woman, just like I am. And, this, I hope, will give you the permission you need. It will help you to be more successful in all of your pursuits, not just marketing, but business. Again, this show, enVisioning Success, is for you to help you make more money in your business through marketing. When you need marketing, give us a call. We're always here to help you. But the main thing and the main problem we're looking to solve is marketing doesn't have to be hard. Business doesn't have to be hard. In fact, it doesn't even need to be stressful. We make it hard because we do dumb shit. So this episode is about you not doing dumb shit. Are you excited?
Good job. That was great. I feel like you really sold it.
Great lead in. Woo! All right. So the very first tip I'll walk us through is you need to know what you don't know. I think this has bitten me in the ass so many times over the years, and I really just want to be super vulnerable and open with you in this episode because I really think it's going to be useful. Turns out nobody knows everything. Yeah, that stings, doesn't it? You need to know what you don't know. Doesn't mean you need to know the details, but you need to at least know the headline of what you don't know, because what you don't know can hurt you. So if you're going to be working with a marketer, for example, which is what we do here, you need to ask people who are really, really good at what they do, what am I not asking? What do I need to know? Help me make a good decision. How do I buy this correctly? What is hidden from my view that could set me up for failure? You have to get really good at asking good questions. That way you can make better decisions. It's not just about trusting people to do a good job, which you should do, but how are you going to know that you found the right person to do that good job if you don't ask enough questions? So you really want to make sure that you get at least the headline of what you don't know. So you are more informed, you have less exposure to risk, and you don't have huge gaps. Point number 2 is all about Miss Julia.
Oh, well, I was going to dovetail on what you said about point number 1. It's not only what you don't know, it's what you're not good at as well.
Yep.
So as I said in a previous episode, everybody is good at something and nobody is good at everything. And that means that self-awareness of what you don't know, but also what you're not good at, is incredibly valuable. So if we are going through a contract and we're going to sign off on something and it has lots of little itty bitty details and lots of fine print, Laura hands that one securely off to me because that is much more in my wheelhouse. If we're talking about big visionary dreaming for the company, or anything having to do with visuals and colors,
or QuickBooks.
I'm all about function, not form. That goes on over to Laura. So it can be really helpful to know what you're good at, what you're not good at, know what you know and what you don't know, so that you can fill in those gaps. Number 2 is talk to experts. Sometimes getting advice from someone who knows a lot about something that you don't can save you time and trouble. So that could be that you're paying somebody for an hour of their time. It could be that you are talking to somebody in your network about something they might know more than you. It could be that you're attending a webinar or workshop or reading a book about something you don't know a lot about. But finding that information that you don't know can be incredibly helpful. An example is that I have a professional colleague / friend who's a CEO of a different company. And I tend to know more about federal law, state law, anything employee legal related than she does. She knows lots of other things and can solve problems in other ways than I do. But if she's confused about, what does the Massachusetts state law say about this? And then what's the federal law that's on top of that? She'll text me and ask me. Because in, our community of small business owners in the Massachusetts area, it's one of those things that I'm definitely known for, being really like all over those little details, or she'll have me look over a contract as well. Whereas I'm confused about, how different people interact because she knows the community better. I'll ask her and she'll give me advice. So having those experts in your back pocket is so, so, so helpful. And going back to what we said in point number 1, knowing what you don't know is really important so that you don't have those blind spots, so that oh, hey, we're now on a topic where I need support.
Absolutely. There's so much to be gained in working with an expert. I mean, let's just take marketing out of this, even though it's my favorite subject ever. Let's put this in like the lens of like landscaping for your home, right? You notice that your grass keeps dying or your plants keep dying over here. You want to plant new stuff. Well, you could just plant new stuff and march your happy ass down to Home Depot and just buy like a whole bunch of things, stick them in the ground. They could make it. They could die. Or alternatively, you could potentially work with someone who can come up with a landscaping plan for you based on the sun, based on your gardening zone, based on your latitude, based on all kinds of different information. And that's what they do. I think it's important that when you talk to experts, that if you happen to be friends with them and they're willing to share their expertise for free, dude, take it and run. I have smart friends and I'm grateful. But then the smart friends that I don't have, these are the people I'm very excited to pay for a plan and to just teach me stuff because they deserve it, right? Like these people have put lots and lots of wisdom, years into what they know. And I would have to say my least favorite thing that I get in my LinkedIn inbox is, can I pick your brain?
Ugh.
It's very expensive to pick, but you can pay me for consult and I'd be happy to teach you what you need to know that's tailored for your situation. It's kind of my vocation and very rude of you to expect me to just give it to you for free. So if you want to talk to experts, this is where you get to, I hate to say this, if you have a lot of hubris and you struggle with being quote unquote weak, which you're not, in asking for help, having money in your hand makes you feel a lot better about it. It's like, hey, can I hire you to teach me about these things? That's a real baller move. So use that often, use that well, and get good people all around you. You're only as good as your team.
And we've had people hire us just to do consulting. We had a nonprofit that brought me in to do a number of hours of consulting of how to explain to their board of directors why they needed to invest in specific areas of the business. I needed to be able to bridge the gap between corporate speak and nonprofit speak, the big feelings that people have about nonprofits and then the reality of doing business. And that's where they invested in. It's very valuable to us to pay you for 10 hours of your time because it's a return on our investment of trying to bring this program forward. A couple of episodes ago, we talked about where to cut money and where to save money. And this is one of those instances where spending money is actually saving money because you're investing in future success.
Very true. I can think of a recent example where I was hired by an attorney who speaks attorney. And he's like, oh, I need John Q. average Joe consumer to be able to understand this. I'm like, so what do you got? What are you working with? And it was like 65-page legal document. And it's like, cool. Can you summarize it? 10 minutes later, I got a nice summary verbally. I'm like, nice. We're going to need to soundbite that and turn that into like 30 seconds, something that somebody could explain to their mom over dinner.
Yep.
This isn't that. He's like, oh, how do I do that? well, this is where I come in. So that's what you did. It's what I do. It's the same thing.
Exactly. And, the landscaper example is a perfect example. My husband spent, I don't even know how many years trying to bring my lawn back to life. And yes, each instance of him spending money at Home Depot was cheaper than hiring a landscaper. But when you multiply that over 15 years, that's a lot of money that didn't get us anywhere. And then this year, we spent money on a landscaper and everything looks great.
That's awesome. I love that. Would you like to take the next point?
Absolutely. So our third actionable tip for this week is keep learning. I know we have talked about this in previous episodes in terms of your staff and investing in professional development, but it is also true for you. I can't talk apparently, as the leader. So many people that lead teams and businesses forget to invest in their own professional development, which is bad because you need to be on top of not only laws and regulations, but you need to be on top of trends and what's happening in the industry. You need to maintain any kind of certifications you have, get your CEUs, etc. But also you need to be ready to learn something new from a book or a class or another person and understand how that can add to your toolbox of being an amazing leader. It's not detracting from that toolbox when you say, hey, I have this blind spot and I don't understand this area. It's adding to it by being self-aware enough to know you should ask for help. And then also by going and seeking it out and finding the resource and learning from it.
That's very true. I like that a lot.
Can you give us number 4, Laura?
Yes, ma'am. So join groups. Now, you're probably thinking, what groups? Well, sometimes there's special interest groups. So, for example, if you have a law practice, you'll probably want to join a group of other attorneys so you can learn from them. But sometimes you'll want to join a group that's very specifically not special interest group. There are mastermind groups. There are tons of education things. If you think of some of the larger names that I'm confident you will have heard of, like a Grant Cardone, for example, he's got different groups that you can be a part of. There's coaching groups. There's a bunch of different ways that you can get involved with people. Even Facebook groups now are a great way for people to meet each other. But being part of a group with other business people can give you new ideas and the friends that can help. So we were talking previously about talking to experts. Well, if you're not friends with them and you still need their expertise, let's say you're earlier in your career and you can't invest, well, maybe this is where you make friends who will exchange information with you because you're both kind of in the same place and you can help each other out. There's no downsides to this. The other side to think about is if you join a group that's perhaps punching a little bit above your weight, you might be able to find yourself in a very interesting position where your friends are pulling you along to help you advance in your career faster. So listen, this whole business ownership thing, not for the faint of heart, not even a little. It's really, really nice to have a group of people who understand you, particularly if, let's say, you and your spouse or sweetheart or whatever don't have a similar career. Let's say one of you is really down the rabbit hole of entrepreneurship and the other one has a 9-to-5. Chances are the one who has the 9-to-5 is not going to understand the entrepreneur because the entrepreneur takes extreme accountability, takes risks. Sometimes their income can be all over the place. There can be a lot of stress and sleepless nights and working till 4 a.m. and deadlines are really critical. In a 9-to-5, not always as much. So there are so many advantages to be gained from joining a group. You'll find your people, you'll find tribe, you'll find other experts, you'll find just community that will help you to get further along.
And if you don't know what Laura's talking about in terms of tribe, I highly recommend the book Tribes by Seth Godin. I know we have recommended it in our newsletter previously. So if you're not subscribed to the newsletter, 10 out of 10 recommend signing up for it. Lots of free, juicy resources, including things like you should read Tribes by Seth Godin. Small, easy to digest, great book about marketing, but also just about leadership. It's finding the people that you need to talk to. It's a really well-constructed idea.
That's great. Thanks for that recommendation.
I'm staring at the book right now. I can see it on my bookshelf.
If we weren't 1,000 miles apart, I would ask you if I could borrow it.
I have most of his books. I'm a big Seth Godin believer, but also Adam Grant. And one day we will do an entire episode on resources and I will spew all of my useless knowledge out into the world.
Nice. That sounds great. I also have similarly useless knowledge that I can't wait to share.
Yes.
A giraffe's tongue is purple. Anyway, let's move on. The last tip that we have, number 5, Julia.
Work together. Sometimes teaming up with another business can help both of you do better. So this could be working together towards a common goal. This could be working on a project together. This could be meeting up with another business owner to try to brainstorm how to solve a problem that's affecting both of you. It could be something different in the landscape. It could be a change in technology. It could be change in regulations or federal law, and you're trying to figure out how to solve for that. Work with somebody that you know is super smart, that you respect and like, and talk it through together. Or maybe it's that this other business is offering a service that you don't offer, but you can white label it and they're excited to have it white labeled, and that solves problems for both of you. So, yeah. Anything to add there, Laura?
There's no downsides to working together, really. I think sometimes people get a little nervous about how to do it, maybe be very selective about who you're going to work with. But at the end of the day, it's really vital to make sure that these people match your values and your standards.
Yeah.
If you're going to work together. I'm a part of a community of entrepreneurs where joint ventures are kind of commonplace and they're sharing email lists and this and that. You really need to make sure that you have a similar or the same audience for some things or totally different audiences for others. Depends on if you're trying to co-brand something or totally expose your brand to a new market. There's a lot of different nuances to tease out here, but God, making sure that you have the same values and standards is important because ultimately that's really what defines the whole experience. Julia and I have the same values when it comes to how we treat people, how we believe in honesty, how we believe in clear communication. To be clear is to be kind, We really value transparency in our relationship. And because of that, working together is super easy. If we didn't share those values, that would really suck. We also have the same goals. We want the same things. And, at the end of the day, obviously we're speaking to the same people because we're part of the same company. So there's a really, really good bedrock underneath the relationship that makes sure it works. So we have the aligned values, but the alignment in terms of also the complement of skills, as we've talked about and thrown ourselves mercilessly under the bus for. Julia's really good at X, Y, and Z. I'm really good at A, B, and C. That's great. I don't need her to be good at A, B, and C. She doesn't need me to be good at, the stuff I'm not good at. So that's kind of a win. So working together, just make sure that you're judicious about it and that you don't just be like, oh, well, Laura and Julia said I need to just work with people. No, exercise discernment. Thank you. That's the takeaway.
Love it. That's great.
Thanks. All that in mind, we've given you some really juicy things to think about. The arc for the last 4 episodes has been all about investing wisely. And I'm excited to see what the next arc is going to be. We don't even know yet. We usually figure it out when we're done recording, which we'll probably do in T-2 minutes. So thank you for being here. We really appreciate you being here, joining us to do this. We try to make this show really fun for you and frankly for us, because otherwise this would just super suck to record, but it's actually a lot of fun. And we really want to hear from you. Please visit us at vision-advertising.com. Go to the contact page, fill out the form, and just tell us how we're doing. Are we talking about the stuff that's really touching you in the head, heart, and wallet? Is there something on your mind? We want to hear from you. Subscribe, YouTube, Apple Podcasts, all the things. Julia, I forgot something. What is it? I know it is. What is it?
Reviews. Leave us a review.
Yes.
So subscribing, downloading, and reviewing podcasts help other people find our podcast. And since our goal here at enVisioning Success is to offer wonderful free advice to as many people as possible, when you leave us a review and when you subscribe and when you like and all those things, it helps the magical algorithm offer this up as a suggestion to other people with similar interests.
Big fan. Anyway, thank you for that. See, she gave the nice, dry, and less fun version of what I was trying to say.
I'm good at the details.
You're dry as Melba toast on that one. Good job.
It's like I was reading it, but I wasn't.
No, it was amazing. I loved it. I felt it in the cockles of my heart. Anyway, have a blissful rest of your day, guys. Go do something awesome. Do not be afraid of all of the scary stuff ahead of you. You got this, and we will see you in the next episode.